Earlier today, I had a text from a brother in the Lord, and he asked me a question that stimulated thought. And it was, why can't I hear God speak to me? Why does he not seem to be answering my prayers? And I've been in Matthew in the Beatitude sections for a few days now, and I began to think about that question. Why don't we get answers? Could it be that there's more to prayer than we think? And so I thought, well, if I went to Matthew chapter 6, verse 8, it says, "Be ye not therefore like unto them, for your Father knows what things you have need before you ask him." And then I read 6:32, which said, "For all these things do the Gentiles seek. For your heavenly Father knows that ye have need of all these things." One last one, Matthew 7:11. "If ye then, be evil, know how to give good gifts unto your children, how much more shall your Father who is in heaven give good things to them that ask him?" So I began to think to myself, what is the purpose of prayer? You know, is it communion? Is it letting our requests be made known? Is it the fullness of seeing or meeting with God? What is the purpose of prayer? And so I went to Philippians, because that's the first place that there's actually a statement made concerning prayer. And it says, "Be anxious for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto God." So that indicates to me that we probably need to have a special place. If our expectations of prayer are different, could we be expecting something in prayer that is far less than what prayer is intended to do? So I was thinking about a ride. Disneyland, you go to Disneyland and you get on the Haunted Mansion ride or the Pirates of the Caribbean or whatever. And the ride is set up so it has a beginning. It has a time frame of things that they show or reveal to you, and then it has an end. And I doubt that many people who get on that ride think about anything other than looking at and enjoying or viewing whatever it is supposed to be the attraction of the ride itself. And is that kind of like our walk with the Lord? Has God set us on a beginning ride, and are we being brought into an understanding of the majesty of who he is, how he wishes us to respond, and that the things that are on this ride that are requirements, God already knows that we have need of them? So is that the importance of prayer? Is that why, as we're going through this ride and we're viewing all that's going on, we're expected to communicate with him and ask him for the things that we understand that we need, that he already knows that we need? Or is it something deeper? What if it's more? We think of prayer as a time in which we let our requests be made known. We put ourselves in places where we have an opportunity to communicate. Sometimes it's in our secret place or in our closet, but we have times in which we, so to speak, let our laundry list be exposed and expressed to the Lord, and then we kind of sit down and allow him to speak usually not as long as we are communicating, but sometimes we get our answers and sometimes we don't. But why is it? Why is it that God has established this parameter? When Moses met with God in the tabernacle of the congregation, do you think he talked about the people and only the things that they needed, or do you think that there was a communication between him and God that was a little more intimate and a little more personal? When Jesus went out at night, sometimes all night, and would pray, do you think that he was just talking about things that that the disciples were going through, or challenges that he was going to meet, or where their next loaf of bread was going to come from? Or, I mean, there is truth in that, and there is a sense of that we're asked to give a thought or an addition to it. But do you think that was the majority of their conversation? What is different then between their communion, Moses and God, or Jesus and the Father, or the disciples when they fasted and prayed? What is the difference between prayer today and prayer then? Should there be a difference? When I'm in my special place or my closet praying, should there be a communion or something that is happening that maybe I'm not as aware of and that I need to be? Does it have to do with priorities, or coming to a place in which we reach a point where we've expressed everything that we need and now we have a time in which we can really commune with one another? What is going on with your prayer life? Does it seem like your prayer time is enlarging? Not the length of time, but the interaction with God. Is it enlarging? Is there more to prayer with you? My question to you is, what if there's more?